Hi friends! So today we are going to be decluttering my sewing room and craft room and what used to be the business hub for when I was a handmade seller. So I used to have an Etsy shop, and then I used to sell a lot of vintage ephemera packs on Instagram, and since then I have transitioned full-time to do my blog. I'm going to get rid of a lot of the stuff that is a part of my handmade business, and it's going to be at my vintage yard sale this summer. So like a lot of this stuff I don't need anymore. And so I'm excited to declutter everything, organize, get rid of a lot of stuff, and then I can have my space back so that it can be my hobby space to make things for myself and also things, that I can blog about. But the worst part, I think, is my closet, which I have not gone through in a very long time. And so we're going to be doing that together. So let's light this candle. It's an Edelweiss candle. My mom got it for me. It's from my favorite movie, The Sound of Music. It's very fresh smelling, so I'm hoping it will be inspiring. And let's get to it. First thing I'm going to do is I need a workspace so that I can sort things out. So I'm going to clear off my cutting table. Left these items on the cutting table because they are all pieces to board games, which are all up there. So I have to put them in their corresponding spots before I can put them in the yard sale pile. And next up, we're going to tackle this floor because I can't walk around and organize my stuff with this hot mess. So we're going to do that next. And then here I have a box. I'm going to put that on the floor. That's going to be a box of stuff that's going to the yard sale. And then I'm making little piles around my room to help organize myself. So like those are all pipe cleaners, and this is Christmas stuff that I want to keep. These are items that are just for display. And then here's going to be my random fabric pile that I'm going to have to refold and put away. A lot of these items are pieces that I have thrifted over the years and I have not decorated with yet. I used to be really into a certain style. So I used to be into cottage stuff, and then I did like primitives at one point, and now I know that I'm really into like 50s, 60s, and 70s, and particularly like 70s flower power stuff. If I have like any cottagey stuff that I don't want, it's okay that I get rid of it, and I'll be able to put it in my yard sales so that other people can buy it. It's going to be in West Michigan. It's going to be me, and then also my mom is bringing a bunch of stuff, and she's an antique dealer, so she's going to have a ton of stuff. It's going to be a great yard sale. I will announce the dates. It's going to be sometime in the summer, probably June or July. Okay, my floor is clear except for the piles I've made. So I'm just going to show you a few things that I've made the decision to get rid of. So I was going to make this into a scarf once. You can see there's still even pins in it, but I found out the fabric is super slippery and like impossible for me to sew, and I just don't even think I'd wear it if I made it. So I'm going to take the pins out, and then I'm going to get rid of this fabric. And then I have worked on crocheting this blanket since I think I was like 15. And looking at it, it is just not my color scheme. It doesn't spark joy, and I never finished it. And so I just tied it off, and I'm gonna put it in a free box at the garage sale because I love a good free box at a yard sale. You never know if someone could use that. Same with these. These are like rag balls or something like that. I forget what they're called. It's like t-shirt yarn that I had made because I was gonna make a rug out of them one day, but I don't want to do that anymore. So that'll go in the free box. So I have this box all filled up for the yard sale. It's got vintage aprons, vintage curtains in there, stuff like that. And then I also have some papers that I don't want anymore that would be great for crafting. So I'll have a big paper section. And then here are the papers that I'm keeping. So I got some scraps for making cute little art projects, and then I have these labels, these decals that I really love that I will eventually put on plain tins. The next thing I'm going to do is go through my cutting table dresser thingy. I love that I have tons of storage, and what is in here is a bunch of vintage magazines and vintage advertisements. So I gotta go through this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take all these magazines out and I'm going to look through them all while I watch TV and decide which ones I want. I even have like vintage books in here that I took apart so that I could use the pages and stuff for projects. And then I have some fabric scraps that's another project I'm going to do while I watch TV. I'm going to decide which ones I want, and then whatever ones I don't want will be available at the yard sale for people to, like fill a bag up, and then they can buy them and use them for their own sewing projects. All right, my dresser drawers are empty, and I moved all of these board games from up here down so that I can put the corresponding pieces back together. I'm gonna get rid of all of these board games. A lot of them are really cute, but I just don't need them, and I have other board games that make me even happier. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it a night, and I'm going to work on packing up all of these board games to put in the yard sale pile, and then I'm also gonna work and on this part, I think, and we'll see how far I get, and then in the morning I will give you an update. All right, it's 10:30 at night and I am still working. I took a break and wrote a blog post, and now I went through my cards, and this was full of cards, and these 3 baskets were full of cards, and I had playing cards down here as well, and these are the only ones that I'm keeping. Just really, really cute ones that spark a lot of joy for me. The rest are all going. And then I also folded all of these aprons and put them in rainbow order. They have been on this closet door handle for so long, and it's so annoying, and so I folded them in rainbow order. And my next project is this dreadful closet. Look how horrible. Why is there a DVD player up there? And then down here is a hot mess. I have stuff in this crevice. I have tons of pillows and interfacing in this weird area. And this is where I keep my Christmas and Halloween items. So I'm gonna work on this because it's gonna be hard to film anyway, and I will show you what it looks like later. Hello again, friends. It's been a big improvement since yesterday. I was able to walk over here without stepping on anything. It's very exciting. I'm wearing sweatpants because it's a lot of work doing this and I want to be comfortable. I did work in my closet last night, and I will show that to you in a minute. And today the big project is going to be this whole area. Still have to go through like these books and stuff, and then for the first time ever, I'm gonna like actually try something that Marie Kondo always tells you to do, which is to take all your items and put it in a pile. And so I am going to take all my fabric off this shelf, and I'm going to sort it and decide which ones I'm going to keep because I have a lot. Oh yeah, so I got to show you my closet. It looks way better, way less cluttered in here. So I decided to move all the coats out of this closet. I think I put the coats in here when I first moved into this house, and it just doesn't make any sense. So I moved it into a hallway closet. So I might get like some type of shelf to put here to store more stuff. But I actually have a lot of space in here. So here's all my Christmas crafts and Halloween fabric and stuff. This is quite empty. I have this whole basket here to put stuff in. And this is some sewing stuff and painting, and then I just got pipe cleaners down here. Oh, and then I'm gonna put glitter here whenever I find the rest of the glitter I own. So yeah, I also have all of my batting over here for quilting, and then I have my pillows. All my pillow forms are all here, so at least I know this size pillow forms, this size for quilting. I'm going to show you what I sorted through. So I did a lot of like vintage cookbooks. I used to rip a lot of these pages out and craft with them. And so I'm going to keep this one. And I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't decorate with a lot of red, so I don't think I'm going to keep this for me. And I'm going to get rid of all these. The 7-Up one is cute, but I already have one like that. So yeah, I mean, they're all adorable, but I can only have so many, so I keep the ones that make me the happiest. Oh, and then I also decided on sewing patterns that I do and don't want. And I can't even use sewing patterns anyway. I'm really terrible at it. I watch YouTube videos instead, so I'm definitely getting rid of these. Now it's time to take all of this fabric down. I mean, if you look closely, there's, I don't know how many pieces of fabric are in here. Maybe a few hundred, because then I also have those small pieces of fabric, and then I've got all these pillowcases as well. I'm doing the smaller bits of fabric first, and then I'm going to do the sheets. I'm going to try to keep them folded, at least a little bit, because I worked pretty hard on folding it all. Okay, well, this is all the fabric from my blue shelf, and I'm just going to tackle this now before I take down these pieces of fabric, because then I won't have room. Oh my gosh, I got rid of so much fabric. I'm so proud of myself. And that's all that's left on there, which is so cool because I think it's really gonna make me doing sewing projects a lot easier, because sometimes I get like decision fatigue and I can't pick out a fabric. I think this would be a lot easier. So I'm going to work on these ones. I don't think I'll get rid of too much because these are the ones that make me the happiest. It's starting to get dark here again. I spent most of my morning sorting through my Oma's sewing box that was in my closet, and that took a really long time going through because, you know, my Oma's passed away, and so I want to make sure that I keep some items from her. I found a few button packets that had her handwriting on it, which was really special. Anyway, I'm gonna eat dinner. I'm gonna tackle this. Thankfully, my desk, I sorted through last winter, so I don't have to do that. That is a big time saver, so really, I'm almost done. Okay, so I sorted through all the pillowcases and the fabric here, and these are all the pillowcases I am getting rid of. I was able to put all the pillowcases I want onto my candy rack over there. This whole area is empty, and then I made this in rainbow order, which I think looks really cute. And I had this on the bottom shelf of my bookcase. It's a really beautiful chenille blanket in the original packaging, but it's white, which isn't my favorite, and I already have a pink one, so I'm gonna get rid of that at the yard sale. And here's what this looks like now, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with this space. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with any of this space. There is so much more room now, but also I have way more vintage sheets than are in this room right now. A lot of them are, if you've seen my dining room, I have 2 yellow bookcases about this high, and those are all filled with vintage sheets, and those need to come out of the dining room so that I can actually see them. Now we're gonna move over to this corner, and then we just have the last wall. Okay, so here's the corner that I have to take care of. Like I said, I went through the desk quite recently, so I do not need to do that again. I am gonna get rid of this pegboard here. I thought I would use it way more to hang tools, and as you can see, I haven't used it at all. And so that really does not serve a function for me. I'm gonna get rid of that, but I love this. It's like, I don't know if it was a drawer or if it was just a little wood piece in a drawer, but I think it held silverware, and I love the lining in it. And so I'm gonna keep these decorations. I might get rid of those thimbles actually, and that teacup. I really want colorful items, so like I love that little child's dresser here, and then my little mushroom candles are adorable. And I have this cute sewing machine. So a lot of things do spark joy here that I'm gonna keep. The big thing that I'm gonna get rid of is this drawer right here is full of stuff for my handmade business, so I'm probably gonna get rid of all of that. All right, this area is done and that shelf is empty. And so now I'm moving on to the very last part, which is quite a bit. I'm gonna take all these sheets off one by one, decide if I want them. I have to go through those little canvas things up there. I have to go through that suitcase, which has all my wrapping paper in it, vintage wrapping paper. And then I have to go through this adorable pink dresser, which has like a lot of ribbon and stuff inside. So I have to go through that. Like, it's so full that I have a hard time closing it. And I am going to get rid of this item. I don't like it. It doesn't spark joy for me, but I do love this. So once all this is done, I'll be finished. I got rid of a whole row, and then I also got rid of a few items. Like, I had a lunchbox up here that I got rid of. So I think I got rid of probably 20 sheets, which is pretty good because these are all my favorite sheets on this bookcase, and so I'm honestly surprised I got rid of any. I am not going to be decorating the sewing room in this video because I am exhausted and I am not in a mental headspace to decorate this right now. So I'm proud of myself for decluttering, and then I will come back to this maybe in a few weeks after I'm done organizing all my rooms, and then I will be able to decorate it. The next storage series video I'm planning on is the basement, so make sure that you're subscribing. Thank you so much for helping me declutter, friends. Bye!